Yo, we have some big Ananta news to cover. News on its closed beta test, news on its global simultaneous release, news on its multi-platform functionality on PC, mobile, console, along with their scheduled launch and how it remains on track. So buckle up. Now, I've been hyping Ananta ever since it was announced. This game looks phenomenal, regardless of whether or not it's a character gacha or a cosmetic gacha or a vehicular gacha game. The game looks incredible. I've done sponsored videos for it. I'm not currently sponsored, but I've done sponsored videos for it. They actually flew both Mrs. Stix and I out, along with multiple other studios: Honor of Kings World, Arknights Enfield, Neverness to Everness, Chaos Zero, Nightmare, Chasing, Collider Rider. All of these companies together pulled to an amount that actually covered our entire flight to Japan. We were flown out to Gamescom, but our flight to Japan and everything we did while in Japan. But Ananta specifically, they had us showcase the game on stage. They had me acquire, and Mrs. Stix on 2 separate days, acquire actual footage, hours worth of footage from the game, test it out, give our impressions on it, talk to some of the actual staff members that are developing the game that were on site, and then also take video and pictures with cosplayers, like the cowgirl with the milking that I was very distracted by, as was Mrs. Stix, and you know, for good reason, for very completely valid reasons, of course. And my time spent within it was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed the gameplay. I thoroughly enjoyed the world, the aesthetic, and the staff members themselves. There were only a few there that were actually NetEase employees. The rest were hired help for the event, but we actually got to sit down with and talk to quite an extent with one of the developers in specific that gave us a lot of information that I know other content creators have access to, but I'm not sure if we're allowed to discuss. But let's go ahead here and talk about all the information that you're no doubt looking for. On January 28th, this was posted by NetEase: the date of board meeting and date of publication of the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2025 earnings announcement. Typically in these, as you've no doubt seen with other games, they go over the revenue, they break it down between different departments, but they also go on to showcase typically dates of games: first quarter, second, third, and fourth quarter, when they expect to launch something or release something into a test phase. So this was posted on January 28th, and people were eagerly anticipating it. The document is an official disclosure and announcement from NetEase. It currently has information pertaining to the date of the board meeting, which was scheduled for February 10th. And as of the last 24 hours, we actually have information specifically pertaining to Ananta that was disclosed in this meeting, which we're going to touch on in just a minute. This is to approve the quarterly dividend for the fourth quarter of 2025. Publication of the results were scheduled for February 11th, which was less than 36 hours ago. You can actually look at it officially on their website if you're interested. This is a standard mandatory announcement for listed companies, informing investors in the market about when financial figures will be released, when there will be a call with executives to discuss the results and answer questions. So basically, again, this is just to let their investors know, you know, this game is the game we're working on. This game is the game that is going to, or games are going to be the games that release in this quarter. That way they know where all of their funding is going, where all the money is being distributed to. The Infinite Ananta, or Play Ananta Twitter, went and found a couple different tidbits here of information. During NetEase's fourth quarter earnings call, the CEO addressed the closed test for Ananta held in January. That was very recently, noting that both the test data and the player feedback have met expectations. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. I mean, I played the demo at TGS, and it was a lot of fun. It was very polished, very high quality from what I got to experience. But damn, that's actually impressive. It met expectations. They didn't, they're not trying to be they don't have grandiose expectations here. They're not stating, it went above and beyond anything we had anticipated. They just said it met expectations. That's honestly good. I'd rather hear that it did well rather than did better than expected, because that's just a blatant lie in most instances to hype the game up. He confirmed that the game is still being refined and remains on track for its scheduled launch. So they actually have a defined launch date for this. They like genuinely have a release date in mind. We just don't know it yet, which is kind of sad to think about, because they know when the game is gonna release. We just don't. We don't know yet, but it's coming. Oh my God, that's actually crazy. So not only were players happy with what they got to play, but even through refinement, the game is scheduled to launch, and it does not seem to have any delay whatsoever. As an additive here, on the publishing front, NetEase is actively working towards a simultaneous global release. That's fantastic. This right here is make or break for a gacha game. If you release in China first, or Korea first, or Japan first, by the time it reaches global, it just will not do as good. Less people are interested. Tons of people are going to play it in Asia, and then they're just that excitement and joy will not really be there for global. With the game set to launch across all platforms, including PC, mobile, and console. So no PC, mobile, and console all at the same time. This is fantastic news. This was apparently reported via GameLook, so you can probably find the link to the article on Google. You can go through it at your own pace, but this is fantastic news. It really is. We have confirmation that they're on schedule, so they have not fallen behind. We have a confirmation that the beta test was actually relatively well received, and that they are making some changes to the game, but not significant enough changes to delay the game's release by any stretch of the imagination. We have a confirmed cross-platform launch happening across every single platform at the same time. We have a simultaneous global release. I mean, what more could we ask for? This is all the information we wanted outside of a public beta, because they held a beta that was privately accessible. So an offline beta test. And you know what? That's okay. I get it. They still don't want people to necessarily see what they're cooking right now, and that's okay. But at the same time, let's be real. We want a beta test that we can get our hands on. Well, I mean, I got to play the demo, but collectively, we all want a lot of access to the game, and I think we might just get that this year. I don't know if the game is going to release this year, but at the very least, they are on schedule, on track for their targeted, projected release date, which is great to hear. I'm excited for the game. I cannot wait to play it. I still think this is one of my most anticipated upcoming gacha or gacha adjacent games with gacha elements present in it. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.